What if your reality doesn't exist until you observe it? That sounds like something from a science fiction movie. But there's a scientific experiment that proves exactly that. What we call physical reality is not actually what it appears to be. Matter itself behaves differently depending on whether it's being watched. It's called the double slit experiment, one of the most replicated and most puzzling experiments in the history of physics. Most people have never heard of it, but once you understand what it shows, you can't unsee it. Visualize a wall with two narrow openings, like two slits cut into a piece of cardboard. Scientists take electrons, particles smaller than atoms, and fire them one at a time toward that wall. On the other side, a screen records where each electron lands. Here's what they expected. Each electron would pass through one slit or the other and land on the screen behind it. Over time, those individual marks would form two bands, almost like the two slits, casting a shadow onto the screen. Simple. But the pattern on the screen looked nothing like that. Instead of two bands, they saw something that looked like ripples. Multiple bands spreading across the screen, revealing that the particles were behaving more like waves than solid matter. The scientists were confused. That made no sense. These were individual electrons being fired one at a time. How could a single electron behave as though it had passed through both slits? So they decided to place a detector at the slits, a measuring device that could determine which slit each particle was actually passing through. And what happened next changed physics forever. The moment the detector was activated, the moment the electrons' paths were being observed and recorded, they suddenly started behaving exactly as expected, passing through one slit or the other and leaving two bands on the screen. Same electrons, same experiment, same setup. The only difference was the detector. The electrons behaved differently the moment they were observed. The act of observation literally changes what the electron does. The measuring device doesn't simply knock the electron off course. The moment its path becomes known, what was a wave of possibilities collapses into a single, definite outcome. Let that sink in for a moment. Before observation, the electron exists as pure potential, multiple possibilities simultaneously. The moment consciousness enters, the moment something is measured or known, reality locks into place. Now here's what quantum physics also tells us about the nature of that locked-in reality. Everything you see and touch is made of atoms. Your hands, the chair you're sitting in, the ground beneath your feet. All of it is made of atoms. And atoms are 99.99% empty space. But that space isn't simply nothing. It is filled with energy, fields, and potential. If you took every atom in every human being on Earth and removed all that empty space, leaving only their physical components, the resulting matter would fit inside a space roughly the size of a sugar cube. What feels solid is not really solid. What feels physical is mostly empty space held together by electromagnetic fields that repel each other. When you sit in a chair, you aren't actually touching it. The electrons in your body and the electrons in the chair are repelling each other at an incredibly small distance. That repulsion is what creates the sensation of solidity. Physical reality as we experience it is essentially a very convincing holographic simulation. Patterns of light and energy that our consciousness interprets as solid, tangible, real. Which brings us back to the experiment. If reality is fundamentally waves of possibility, and the act of observation collapses those possibilities into physical experience, then what we call observation isn't just looking with our eyes. It's where we place our attention, our thoughts, our emotions, our focus. Every moment, reality is offering infinite possibilities. What you consistently give your attention to, what you think about, worry about, expect, believe, is what collapses into your physical experience. This isn't just philosophy. This is the mechanism the double slit experiment is pointing toward. Let me share something from my own experience that shows this in action. At work, stressful emails arrive constantly, requests that feel overwhelming, situations that seem urgent, problems that want my immediate attention. For a long time, I would jump straight into problem-solving mode, analyzing, worrying, giving each issue my full emotional energy the moment it landed in my inbox. And somehow there was always more to deal with. The problems kept coming. Then I started doing something different. When a non-urgent but stressful request arrives, I move it to a separate folder. I don't ignore it. I just don't give it my immediate attention and emotional energy. I get to it when I'm calm, when my urgent priorities are handled, when I'm in a better emotional state. And something surprising kept happening. By the time I got to that folder, many of those situations had already resolved themselves. The client found the answer on their own. The urgency had dissolved. The problem that felt so pressing simply stopped being one. I wasn't ignoring reality. I was choosing which wave of possibility to collapse with my attention. That's not magic. That's the observer effect applied to daily life. So what do you do with this? Start paying attention to where your attention goes. Not in a rigid or anxious way. That just creates more of what you don't want, but with genuine awareness. Instead of asking, what if I lose my job? Ask how the version of you who already has your dream situation would feel, would act, would move through their day. Step into that feeling genuinely, not as pretending, as collapsing a different wave of possibility into your physical experience. Instead of focusing on what's going wrong, give your genuine attention to what's working, what's already here, what's already real. You are the consciousness that collapses infinite possibility into the specific experience you're living. The double slit experiment didn't just reveal something strange about particles. It revealed that you are not a passive observer of reality. You are the creator through which possibility becomes reality. If this message activated something in you, help us spread the message. Like, subscribe, and leave your thoughts in the comment section. Every interaction helps these conversations reach the people meant to find them. This isn't just content, it's a frequency, an activation of the remembrance already within you.